From the BPBC Arena in the great state of Florida, where legalized sports betting appears to be coming soon, it's Big Pauly's Fight Night. And tonight we have two fighters returning who have been in earlier bouts on BPFM. It is George Foreman, it is Ruddock. They will go 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. And with that, we're trying a new setup here, folks. It's going to be a busy one. Hey, if Fox Sports can do it, I can. This is Big Pauly coming to you, and this is if you turn your screen upside down, you'll be able to see my setup here, as I have moved it so I'm 90 degrees. I'm parallel to the game board. In fact, I need to put on my glasses so I can see what in the world I'm going to be doing. And it's George Foreman and Ruddock. Foreman beat Mike Tyson in his first BPBC fight. And it was Ruddock defeating Stefan Tangstad. And we'll be seeing a bit more of those fighters as the BPBC expands to include silver and bronze divisions. There will be a gold 10, a silver 10, and a bronze 10, groups of 10. And we will be crowning our heavyweight champion soon in the next wave of fights, I would think. We're starting with the next wave of fights. I'll explain when we get closer to the next wave what I will be doing, but we are not there yet. So it's George Foreman, and it is going to be one Donovan Ruddock. Let me show you the score sheet here and type in the stamina numbers and give you the traits, because I haven't done that yet. George's stamina starts at a 60, because this is kind of his 1970s edition, if I understand Anthony correctly, over at Bleacher Bums Gaming. And Ruddock's stamina is worse at 50. So this might not be a very long fight. They might get busy, and they might decide what in the world they're going to do here. Again, I got to call up, hit my Windows button. I got OBS on one monitor that I don't usually have it on. So here's the score sheet. And Foreman is an Iceman, which is what I'm trying to type in, but sometimes the spreadsheet, even when I'm facing it. See, in the fights I have done in the past, I have not been facing the computer monitor. So I'm trying to set this up so it would be easier for me. He's an Iceman, so Ruddock's power, his chin is going to be 5'9" instead of 4'8". In fact, let's go over. In fact, I'm just going to type this in first, and then we will go over the stats on the fighters themselves. You will know the combatants from their last fights, and this is a fight that could have easily taken place in the 1990s, but I guess Ruddock and Foreman were equally kind of weary of each other, and that's why the fight never occurred. Kind of like how Foreman and Tyson probably should have happened and never occurred. Okay, bring up back my ODB screen. Thank you very much. And let me get we're going to do the die roll in a place where you're going to be able to see it. And we're going to have a whole bunch of action on the screen once the fight starts. In fact, there we go. The screen that you will see is shrunk down a little bit, so you know the fight we're on, and you know the dice being rolled, because from where I have this now, you're not going to be able to see it. So we'll look at George Foreman real quick. He has 9 ring general stars. He's a 2-2-2-1-2, beginning with the number 2. His blank is a 1. His power is massive, 7-11 when he is not fatigued, 4-8 when he is. His chin KD is 3-5. His chin KO is 1, because only Muhammad Ali ever knocked him out. And his will is 3. His cut is a 5, and his foul rating is a 3. Inside his range is 40. Let me see here, 47, and outside his range is 53, so he could throw the bombs. And here is Mr. George Foreman's card. There you go. And his real life record, 76 wins and 5 defeats. We look at Donovan Ruddock. He has no traits. George Foreman's stamina is not great at 60, but his is even worse at 50. He has 6 ring general stars. His power is a 6-8, so bombs will be thrown in this fight. We would think it's 4-8 on his chin KD, which goes up to 5-9 because Foreman has the Iceman trait. His chin KO is 3, will is 6, cut is 3, foul is 6. When fatigued, his power goes down to 2-5. His chin KD goes up to 6-10. His chin KO goes all the way up to 7. His will to 10. His inside range 43. His outside range 48. So, with that, Larry Hazard of the great state of New Jersey is our referee, and we're going to get this fight underway for you very, very shortly. And we will look to the die roll, which I have superimposed in the upper right. I have Foreman versus Ruddock in the left, just in case you don't know what fight we're watching. I should probably put a round marker in there. So if you would, hang on just a moment, and I will just put it in here on the fly. How's that grab you? So you know what round we are on, because sometimes I watch these fights back that I do, and it's kind of confusing trying to think real fast what round we are on within the fight. So I'm going to put that up there real quick. And if we get to double digits, I'll have to make a little adjustment. So we're going to start the first round, and off we go. Ding, ding, ding. It's a 6 and a 5 to start the fight, which means Foreman has 2 stars on the inside, but Donovan Ruddock also has 2 stars on the inside. I'm going to roll a die real quick to determine the initial toe-to-toe exchange. It's a 5. A 5. Put it right up here for you. Can you see it? Can you see it? There it is. Okay, so a 5. So Foreman will go first. Forgot to do that. So 6 and a 5. He's on the inside, and Foreman, his D100 is a 78, which would indicate a miss. Ruddock's going to fire on the inside, and he's going to land for 3. And no other activity left to do. Foreman with the 3-0, Ruddock with the 3-0 lead as we head to the second segment. A 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3, it's another toe-to-toe exchange. Ruddock will go first on the basis of scoring in the last segment. Outside for Ruddock, who can also throw bombs. Let's not overlook that. And he throws a 15 on the outside. Good for 3 more, so he's already up 6. Foreman goes 2 outside of 54, just misses. And neither man, that would have been a power shot for Foreman had it landed, and Ruddock just missed the power shot. On we go. It is 6-0 heading into the third segment, and I just screwed up hit the reset button. So ignore these next 2 rolls, and this will actually count as the third roll. A 6 and a 1, a 6 and a 1. 2 on the inside for Foreman, nothing on the inside for Ruddock. In that exchange, it's 33-4, a 33-4. So let's do the 33 first on the inside. That is going to score for Foreman 3 shots. Power check coming up with the 4 on the D20. The 13 on Ruddock's D20 is not going to do anything. So we look to the chin KD number of 17. That's going to be well outside even Ruddock's numbers. Right now his chin KD is 4-8. On to the next segment. Hope you can read that in the upper right. A 1 and a 2, which is appropriate for boxing. 1 and a 2. And this is Ruddock, who is going to be in control. He lands a 1 on the outside, so that's going to be big. That's going to be multiple shots for the head, and Ruddock already up to 11 in the round with 2 minutes still to go. And it's a power check for Ruddock, the 2 within his power range. The chin KD number is an 8, and that's going to be outside of Foreman's number of 3. If it was a 4 or a 5, he would have been hurt. So on we go. 140 left, round one. A 4 and a 1. These guys throwing bombs early. Now it's Foreman's turn, and an 84 on the outside is a miss. But Ruddock will check the 4 counter, and it's good for 2. He's up to 13. So who would have thought that coming into this fight, that Ruddock would be able to fire with such great success? On to 120 now left in the first round. 2 and a 5, a 2 and a 5. It's going to be toe-to-toe, and it's going to go Ruddock's way initially. It's a 39. A 39 inside is going to be good for 2, getting him to 15 punches landed in the round. Foreman, the 2 outside 62 is a miss. So on we go. Now down to a minute left in the round. 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4. Inside 2 stars Foreman, outside 1 star Ruddock. Foreman will fire a 36. A 36 on the outside. That's a 36 inside because he had a 6 roll. 36 inside, good for 2, getting him to 5 on the round. And nothing else left to do this segment. 2-1. 2-1 is the latest, and that's going to be Foreman again. 20 outside. He throws a bomb, connecting for 4. So you knew this was going to be a slugfest. And so far, it hasn't disappointed. 3-4, last segment of round 1. The 3-4, 2 stars, 1 star, Foreman inside. In 87, that's a clinch, usually. And in this case, it is. That's the end of the first round. And it wound up 15-9 for Donovan Razor Ruddock. So how about that? So we will type that in real fast. 15 punches landed. That gets Foreman's stamina down to 45 and 9 for Ruddock, and his stamina is now 41. We checked the judging of this round. I cannot see the board that well, so I'm going to look over here. I have a cheat sheet about how the rounds are scored. We have 3, 16, and 8. Okay. So the judges are tabulating, as they are wont to do. We had no knockdowns in the round. We had Ruddock in control most of the way until Foreman got hot late in the round, so we are resetting. And we are updating the graphic here for you. And we are noting that this is now round 2. And in just a moment, we will be getting started. And here we go, the second round now about to start. And I will hit next round, and I will hit the untimed roll to get a clean roll. And we begin with a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2. And the blue 2 is going to let Ruddock go first. It's a 79. A 79 outside is a miss. And Foreman cannot counter. We go to the next segment. 2 2s on the board. 2 and a 2. And Foreman in control here. A 39 outside. A 39 outside. Good for 2. He will have control. He will have momentum. A 1 defensively for Ruddock is a -1, but still, Foreman did score. So, on we go to the next segment. Nothing left to do. A 3 and a 6, a 3 and a 6. It's Foreman on the inside, and you know that's where he wants to be, but it's a clinching number, 92. So on to the next segment we go. We reach the 2-minute mark of round number 2. 2 and a 6, 2 and a 6. It's Foreman outside. He throws a bomb, 33. That's going to be good for 3. And there will be a chin check on Ruddock. A chin check on Ruddock here in the 2-minute mark of round 2. But first, we check Ruddock's defense because a number came up significant for him. It's a 1, so he blocked one of the shots, but the question is, did he go down? Power number is a 3. 3 for Foreman. That's well within his 7. The chin check number is 16, and Ruddock could breathe easy. The fans of Razor Ruddock could breathe easy, as that does not land within his range. So on to the next segment. Aces wild, 1-1, 1-1. With 140 left in round 2. It'll be toe to toe, and it will be Foreman firing first. The 28. The 28 is good for 3, getting him to 6. The 8 just misses his power range. Meanwhile, on the inside, it's a 59 for Ruddock. That's outside his range, so on we go to the next segment. 2-1, 2-1. The 2-1 will go Foreman's way. 2 stars on the outside. A 31 outside. He connects, and it's 3 more to get him to 9. 9 punches landed on the round. Defensive check for Ruddock, and the 4 is a +1, and that gets Foreman to 10. 10 on the round, so right now it's 10-0. Looking like a big round for Mr. Foreman. 4-2, 4-2. It's going to be Foreman in control outside. He has a 59 outside. That's going to be a miss. I would think it is. And no counters. 40 seconds left in the second round. 4-3. Oh boy, this is going to be big. Toe-to-toe exchange. Foreman in control on the outside. 2 and a 13. So the 2 is 5 big shots to move Foreman up to 15 on the round. The 13 ain't going to help him. But the 3 on the outside means a 39 has been thrown. 2 shots for Ruddock, but Foreman still in momentum. 15-2. Going to the last segment of round 2. 2-3, 2-3. Another toe-to-toe exchange. It's 90 on the outside. That's a big-time miss. Just missing a clinch. And Ruddock on the outside. He tags Foreman. 24. 3 punches landed. And it's going to be 15-5. The 11 is not going to matter on his D20, and we reach the bell. Round 2 now over with, so we will look for the judges. It was 15-5. 15-5. Sounds like a Canadian Football League score. 15-5. With that rouge, that's possible. So we're tabulating, and we'll give you a look at the scoring at the halfway point of the fight if we get that far. We may not. Let's see here. And yep, there's agreement among the judging as to what happened in the second round. Foreman knocked Mike Tyson down 5 times in his fight, his one-off fight with him. Tyson kept getting up every time to the amazement of the crowd. So now we're heading to the third round of boxing. Fight stat totals, 24-20. Foreman leading on punches landed. And we are updating the graphic to show you we have reached round 3. Back in the old ABC days, you just had everything on a slide. So, we head to the third round. And it's going to be, we reset the tokens. Ruddock got the last shot in, I believe, so he will have momentum starting the third. And we will go to the next round and give a fresh rollout. I feel like I'm in a bakery all of a sudden. 3-4. 3-4 starts the third. That will put Foreman in control inside a 50. A 50 is going to be a miss, actually. You'd think he is such a heavy puncher that that would be a scoring number, but it is not. And no defense to look at for Foreman. Ruddock, we go to the next round. A 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6 for the third round, and it is going to be toe-to-toe. Ruddock fires first. A 71 will miss. I'm pretty sure it does. And we look to George Foreman. 65 outside is going to be a miss, I'm pretty sure. Just double check. Yes, indeed. So, on to the third segment of the fourth round. 3 and a 6. 3 and a 6. It's Foreman. It's Foreman on the inside, and he's going to make a miss here. He's going to miss. So, with that, there's a counter for Ruddock. It's going to be good for 2. So 2-0. The first punches have been fired here in round 3. 4 and a 1. 4 and a 1. It's Foreman in control again, but he can't get shots off. He is misfiring all over the place. He's wild. 78. A 78 is a miss, and the 14 on Ruddock's D20 means we move on. Just double checking, and on we go. This is a 1 and a 4. A 1 and a 4 with 140 left in the round. A 1 and a 4. It's going to go Ruddock's way. It's a 36. A 36 outside is going to land for 2 to get him to 4. 4-0. And Foreman can't do anything because he was not in a toe-to-toe exchange. Next segment, it is 6-5. 6-5. As neighbors yell about something or other. 6 and 5. And let's see here. 6 inside is a 51. That's a miss. And by the way, it's toe-to-toe. And a 5.73 inside for Ruddock is also going to be a miss. Next segment. 1 minute left in the round. 3 and a 2. 3 and a 2. It's Foreman in control. You see that 97 there? That's going to be a foul. And the foul number is 14. That should be outside of Foreman's range of a foul. It is. On we go. Nothing else happened. 4 and a 3. We're down to the last 2 segments of this rather lackluster third round. 4 and a 3. Toe-to-toe. And it is Foreman with the foul in the last segment. We'll go first. It's an 80. An 80 outside. No. Ruddock, 44 outside, will also... Well, no, actually, that will land. It'll land for 2. So 6-0 Foreman. Ruddock heading to the last segment. Foreman has been gun-shy in this segment. A lot of opportunities, but no... execution. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Foreman has to give that up to Ruddock. 60 outside is a miss. Nothing on the D20s that would indicate any further action was needed. The end of the round. And this was 6-0 in favor of Ruddock. By the way, we still observe the home run rule. A 0 punch is an immediate chin check. We assume with the home run punch of 0 on the D100, if it comes up 0-0, that the power number was met. Just gives the fighters a little extra chance to have some action happen. And let's see, 6-0 with a shutout round. So this goes Foreman's way, as Foreman could not land a punch, so he will not be rewarded by even a chance of winning this round. I like that rule Anthony has put together. And again, I have to hit the Windows button to call up my OBS on the first monitor. And I'm going to update the graphic, so you now know we are in the fourth round. Okay, so Foreman and Ruddock, round 4, a scheduled 10-round fight in the G10 heavyweight division. It was Ruddock's round all the way. Actually, Foreman got the last shot in, though. Foreman did get the last shot in. And it was 6-1. It was not 6-0. I made an error here, so we're actually going to. Actually, it stayed up. The die roll stayed up. I forgot that Foreman actually threw a foul in the round, and that was it. So he does get a chance to win the round. Margin of 5, so it was 16-9. Okay, so only one judge's card needed altering. So it was 6-1. It was not 6-0. Punch stat numbers 26-25 in favor of Ruddock. The stamina now 34 for Foreman and 25 for Ruddock. So these guys are going to get tired rather quickly. Now we could start the fourth round, and we will. I saw I had the momentum meter on Foreman, and that's what made me pause. So, next round, untimed roll, 6 and 2, 6 and 2 inside Foreman, and with the 8 on the board, I don't think he's going to miss this time, and it's a 4-point shot. A 4-punch it landed. Heavy shots get home, and Foreman now seeing if he means business. 6 and a 5, 6 and a 5, 2 stars, 2 stars, toe-to-toe exchange. Foreman goes first. 57. 57 inside, will not land. Ruddock has a 45. Ruddock a 45 inside. That also misses, and it would have been a cut check on Foreman too. So on we go to the next segment. 2 and a 6, 2 and a 6, 2 and a 6. Third segment of round 4. Foreman in control. 37. A 37. I'm already looking ahead at the numbers because I could see what's going to happen here. 3 shots land. Foreman now up to 6. We have a power check coming up. A power check coming up for Donovan Razor Ruddock because of the 4. The 4 inside Foreman's power range. But the chin KD is 17. So again, if you're a fan of Donovan Razor Ruddock, you can sigh in relief. On to the next segment. 4 and 2. 4 and a 2. So it's outside. 2 stars outside, 1 star. Foreman in control. Foreman with the 88 outside. That's going to be a miss. And the 8 is going to be well outside of Ruddock's defensive range of 5. So we go on to the next segment. 6 and a 5. 6 and a 5 coming up. With 140 left, round 4. The 6 and the 5 is a toe-to-toe exchange. Foreman, having landed all the punches so far on the round, he will go first. And it's 21-18. 21 and an 18 on the D20. And that's going to be wicked 3-punch combo, getting Foreman to 9 in the round. Ruddock's number is 45, and he's got a cut check perhaps if it lands. And a 43 is going to land. That's 2. That's 2 punches landed. So we have a cut check coming up for George Foreman, who late in his career would get cut. And he is cut. He is cut. A 5 on the cut number. And his cut rating is a 6. So I'm going to go down to the Judge 1 number 18. 18. Cut on the right cheek. A cut on the right cheek for big George Foreman. And we will note that here on our sheet. And that is not a cut that will need a doctor's check, at least not right away. If it opens up a third time, that'll be a different story. And with that, sorry for the cough. If you're listening to me on headphones, I apologize. Usually I get my microphone off to do that, but not this time. 3 and a 1 with 120 left in the fourth. 3 and a 1. It's going to go Foreman's way. This number is a 41 inside. That's good for 2. Getting him to 11 on the round. And Ruddock His 79 inside, not good enough for the clinch. That would have negated the punch. And on we go. 4-3. Oh, this could be trouble. 4 and a 3. It's toe-to-toe. Foreman got the last shot in, I do believe. Or that's how I'm going to rule. 25 outside. A 25 outside is good for 3. Another 3-punch salvo. And we have power checks each way, actually. Outside 42 for Ruddock is going to be good for 2. We will start with Ruddock with a chin check first. It's an 11, the chin KD number. On his card, it is a 4/8. And we are going to roll one more time. We're going to do an untimed roll and check the chin KD on Foreman. 13. That is also a miss. That is also a miss. Next to last segment of round number 4, we have aces, 1 and 1 on the board. And when you see a high number and a low number, that means this is going to be an active segment. So with 1-1, it's toe-to-toe. 1-1, it's toe-to-toe. I believe Foreman is still in control. No, yeah, he is, because he had the bigger shot in the last segment. I do believe. 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Outside 91, a clinch. A clinch, so that negates everything, including what looked like another power check would have been coming for Foreman. 2 and a 5. A 2 and a 5. Interesting fight because Ruddock gave Mike Tyson trouble in their first real-life fight in 1991, and Foreman not exactly firing on all cylinders yet. So 2 and a 5. And with both of these guys will get fatigued quickly, so one of these guys better get going quick. Could be the difference in the fight. 2 and a 5. It's toe-to-toe again. It's Foreman again. 14. The 14 on the outside is 4 more punches landed. He's at 18. He cannot get to 25 because this is the last segment of the round. We look at the inside number on Ruddock. It's a 92, which is a clinch, and that negates the 4 punches landed by Foreman. End of the 4th round. 14, and it looks like 4 Foreman. So Foreman had a good round this time. He's been kind of Jekyll and hiding us with a good round and a bad round. The 14 punches landed gets Ruddock's stamina now down to 11. And the 4 punches landed, and Foreman's stamina a little better at 30. So 14-4. 14-4 is a 10-punch margin. And there is agreement as to who won the last round. And we'll be showing you the scoring if we get to the end of the 5th round. It'll be interesting to see what dynamics of the fight change, if dynamics of the fight change, once we get can I do that? No, not really. Put it back over here. I'm trying to move my OBS around. Because if I have to go to my first monitor, I have to call it up via the Windows. And thank you very much. Okay, we're off to round 5 as soon as I update the graphics. There we go. And I have lost my monitor here. I've lost my die roller here, so just pause for a moment and I will bring that back up if I can, if it allows me. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I'll say Foreman is in control to start the 5th round, and off we go. This is round 5 action, as the gifted one used to say. 2 and a 5. 2 and a 5. It's Foreman. And no, it's going to be toe-to-toe. It's going to be toe-to-toe, but Foreman's going to get the first shot off. A 5. A 5 on the outside is 5 big shots. and a cut check. For Ruddock, it's a 68 inside, and that is going to be Bupkis. We'll do the chin check, not the chin check, but the cut check on Foreman. Not Foreman, but Ruddock. He's a 3 range, it's a 16, so nothing to worry about there. Sixes. We have sixes and some low numbers on the on the D20, which could lead to a very interesting series of events here. 48 inside, a miss just barely for Foreman. He needed to land within 47, and it's a 48. So nothing happens there. And the 1 would have been a power check, and the 9 doesn't help Ruddock any. On to the next segment. 6 and a 3, and I see a couple 90s on the board here. 6 and a 3. The 6-3 is going to be toe-to-toe. It's going to be toe-to-toe. Foreman will go first, but we're going to see some hugging here. 91 inside is a clinch, and that blows that segment in the water. 2 and a 2, 2 and a 2. It's going to be Foreman. Outside, 81 is a miss. 81 is a miss, and the 9 is too high for any kind of counter. Ruddock's counter range begins at 4. Next segment, 3. We have 5s now, a 5 and a 5. 5 and a 5. It's going to be Ruddock in control, 11. He might have wobbled the big man here. That 11 is a 4-pointer, a 4 punches landed situation. Lets the hands go, lands heavy rights and lefts. And is Foreman hurt because that lands within the power number of 5? The chin KD is 11, and on Foreman it is a 3 and a 5. So no, Foreman, you gotta really hit him to knock him down, or really catch him off balance like Muhammad Ali did in 1974 in Kinshasa, Zaire. 5 and a 6, 5 and a 6. That's going to be Foreman in control, 25 to 25 inside. Good for 3. 3 punches landed. That gets Foreman, I believe, up to 7. It is 7 punches to 4. And nothing else happened in that segment. 4 and a 4, 4 and a 4. Got some big punches landing here, I think. Foreman, 3, the 3 on the outside, good for 5, getting him to 12. It's now a 12-4 punches landed round with the last 2 segments to come. This is a 6 and a 3, 6 and a 3. It's toe-to-toe. It's again Foreman. It's a 79. The 79 inside is Bupkis. And Ruddock's going to do likewise, I think. 74 outside is also going to be Bupkis. Not Dick, but Bupkis. Yiddish expression meaning nothing. 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. It's toe-to-toe again. It's Foreman. It's 74. 74. Nothing. Ruddock, the 14 outside, is going to be good for 3. Getting him to, cutting it down to 12-7 at the end of the 5th round. So 12-7, and the 12 for Foreman is going to put Ruddock in a fatigue state the rest of the fight. Foreman is down to 23 stamina. Punches landed, 51 for... I always used to call this punch stat because, HBO's, and I watched a lot of HBO when I was a kid, and Jim Lampley. Punch stat numbers indicate that Mike Tyson, 51-37. 51-37 on the punches landed. If I could be like 100 for what Jim Lampley was for HBO in the 80s, 90s, aughts, and teens, I would be happy. So we're going to show you the score sheet as I see it. And I'm going to update the graphic here. And I am going to take a brief pause. You stay right here, folks. We'll be back with some more boxing action in just a moment. think Ruddock got the last shot in at round 5. So he will go first if there is any problems. You see the scoring? Actually, I haven't done the scoring yet for the 5th round. Wake up, Pauly. But it was 12-7, so you will see me type it in. And then I will pause. Okay, 5 punches landed was the difference. And it was... Okay, so all of these judges saw the 5th round just the same. Thank you very much. No, I did not want to put a 1 there. I wanted to put a 10 there. Thank you. 9, 9, 9. So you look at the scorecard, discern what has happened so far in this first half of the fight, and I will be right back. Of course, speaking of Jim Lampley, he called the title change where George Foreman won the title the last time with his famous words, "It happened. It happened." We'll see if Foreman can continue to make things happen here in round 6. Foreman appears to be well ahead on the cards going into this 6th round, or comfortably ahead. It's going to be an uphill battle for Ruddock because he is now tired. And remember, for every salvo that Ruddock lands, it's going to be 1 punch landed deducted. So we go to the 6th with Faded Breath, 4 and a 1, 4 and a 1. It's going to be Foreman in control, but it's a 67. The 67 is going to be a miss. And no counter, we go on to the next segment. 5 and a 5. 5 and a 5 is going to be Ruddock going, but the 82 inside is a miss. And we'll check the counter on Foreman because that might land. It's a cross. It's 2. Yes, it is 2. So we put him up to going into the 3rd segment of, we got the home run shot. We'll see what happened here. 1 and a 5. And Ruddock has landed it. Ruddock has landed it. It's a 0 inside the home run shot, the homebrew rule, 5 points, and automatic chin check, regardless of the fact that he is fatigued. This is my homebrew rule. You're seeing it for the first time. And the 8 doesn't matter because it's automatic. The chin is 13, 19 on Foreman. He survives. 5 and a 5. A 5 and a 5 in this segment. Monster shot by Ruddock, but it all goes for naught. But Ruddock's going to fire off again. 87 is a clinch. It's a clinch, no good. On to the next segment, 4 and a 3. We're down to 140 in the 6th round. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3. Toe to toe. Toe to toe is going to go Ruddock's way. 3 outside a 62. A 62 is a miss. Foreman with the 55 and outside just misses himself, so nothing happens in this segment. 5 and a 3. Actually, the 5 for Foreman should be a 4. Because remember, 1 punch landed for every 1 punch landed deducted for each salvo landed, but it still counts as a home run punch. 5 and a 3 with my homebrew rule. 5 and a 3. Ruddock outside. He has a control 39. The 39 on the outside is good for 2, which becomes 1 with him being fatigued. So it's 5 to 2. Ruddock. We go to the next segment. Hope I didn't miss anything there because I didn't read Foreman's number. 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. Ruddock will fire again. That's the 13 outside. The 13 outside is going to be good for 4, which becomes 3. Now we look at the defense on Foreman. It's going to be +1, so he gets that 1 punch in after all. 9 to 2, Ruddock. 40 seconds left in the round. 6 and a 3. 6 and a 3, toe to toe. Ruddock goes 64. 64 outside is not going to land. For Foreman, it's 59 inside. That also will not land. 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6. Last segment of the 6th. 1 and a 6. It's going to be nobody. It's toe-to-toe. Neither fighter has a star here. Ruddock fires first. 81 out inside. 81 inside. Misses the clinch. Foreman, his shot was also ill-timed. A 69 outside. And it would have been a power check for either fighter, but neither one lands. End of the round. 9-2 Foreman. I'm not 9-2 Ruddock. I am sorry. So again, Foreman inconsistent with the rounds going by. There are rounds where he is good, and there are rounds he isn't so good. Foreman not really. He's down to, let's see, with the 9. Okay. I don't believe that is correct. He should be at 16 stamina. Okay. Because he started at 45. I'm looking at the stamina here, folks, so just permit me a moment. And then the 5 knocked him down to 40. And then the 6 knocked him down to 34. The 4 knocked him down to 30. The 7 knocked him down to 23. Nope, that is correct. He is at 14 stamina. Okay, I just wanted to double check the number. And again, it would help if my screen would hold up here. So at, what did I say it was? 9-2? 9-2? Okay. Again, sounds like a Canadian football score. So we're looking at what the judges said, how they weighed in, and very interesting scoring here, and I will just leave it at that for now. They might have to play 3 blind mice when this fight is over with at the BC Arena. We're going to go to the 7th round now. The fight has drawn closer, I feel. And we are updating the graphic. Okay, we're moving everybody over. And we're starting the 7th round. Four and a 4 to start the round. 4 and a 4. Help if I had my cards to look at. The 4-4 goes to Foreman. 93 is going to be a clinch. So again, it's one of those rounds where nothing winds up happening, or one of those segments nothing winds up happening. Sometimes you get with these sluggers. Oh, this could be big. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2 will go Mr. Ruddock's way. 14 outside. Good for a 3-punch, which becomes a 2-punch salvo with Ruddock being fatigued and Foreman not being there. The 3 on defense is going to negate one of those shots, so that shell-like defense move that Foreman developed late in his career might have helped him a little bit there. 3 and a 1, 3 and a 1. The 2-star, no-star situation, Foreman fires 39. Oh boy, 39 is going to be 2 and a chin check. Chin check will be forthcoming. The 3 and the 1, 3 and the 1. Let's see, that's within the power range. This is going to be a knockdown. This is going to be a knockdown with Ruddock's fatigue range of 6 and 10. He is down, Ruddock down, here at the 220 mark of round 7. So Ruddock down. We look at his chin KO number, which is 7. And I am holding it up to the screen, which you can't see. It's a 9. But Ruddock is hurt. Ruddock hurt. Uncontested shot here for Foreman, and Foreman's going to blow it, I think. 50 on the inside is not going to get there. So we have our first knockdown of the fight, and you might guess correctly if you thought George Foreman would land the first knockdown, and he has done so in the 7th round. And this fight was close enough going in to the 7th round where this could make a difference. Next segment, 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4. It's going to go Foreman's way. It's a 47 inside, and that scores for 2 more, getting Foreman's total for 4 for the round, but he has the knockdown, and Ruddock had 1 punch land. And the 17-18 means we move on to the next segment. 6 and a 1. 6 and a 1. Foreman in control, but the 66 inside is going to be a miss. And Ruddock doesn't have a D20 number. That helps him. 1 and a 3. 1 and a 3. It's going to be Ruddock this time. Could Ruddock pull Ron Lyle out and put Foreman down this round where he just met the mat? The 64, and that's going to be a miss. So we go to the next segment. 40 seconds left in the round. Speaking of that great round 4 between George Foreman and Ron Lyle, which I can never say enough of. It was one of the great rounds ever in boxing history. 3 and a 5. The 3 and the 5. Foreman in control on the inside. Okay, so the 34 inside is going to be good for 2 more, getting him to 6 on the round. 6 to 1. 3 and a 5. Ruddock will fire a 21 off on the inside, and that is good for 3, which becomes 2 because of his fatigue. And it's 6-3 going into the last segment of the round. Still anybody's round, possibly. 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4, 3 and a 4. Foreman inside, but it's a 79, which may have been a good year, but not for George. He misses on the inside, and that's the round. We don't even have to look at the rolls for the scoring on this round. It went 6-2. But the big story here is Foreman met the canvas. Not Foreman, but Razor Ruddock met the canvas for the first time in this 7th round at the 220 mark. So we will note that this was a big round for Foreman despite only the 6-2 margin of 4 punches landed. And that will be a 10-8 round across the board. And all the way. I mean, no disputing that. So Foreman's opened up a little bit of a lead now as we head to the 8th. Ruddock is still fatigued. He has landed 48 punches, and Foreman now 59 plus the 1 knockdown. And we go now to, with Foreman still at 12 points, might make it through 10 rounds without having hitting the fatigue wall. But let's just again update the graphic, get you to the 8th round. Good fight here at the BPBC Arena in beautiful Pinellas Park, Florida, just about 10 miles north of Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Bay Rays will be playing baseball in a little bit against the Toronto Blue Jays, who have been making their home, thanks to good old COVID, in beautiful Dunedin, Florida, and their baseball stadium there, which is right next to a shopping center, or at least it was. So we go to the 8th round, and we get this fight restarted, and we'll move my pieces accordingly. Foreman should still be in control. Remember, Ruddock fatigued, so we look at his fatigue numbers. Heretofore, do the untimed roll to give a fresh roll out there, just in case anybody gets knocked down in this first round, in this first segment. 4 and a 1, 2 stars, no stars. Foreman in control of 40, and that could be trouble. A 40 is 2 punches landing on the outside and a cut check, and the cut check number is a 5. cut check on Ruddock is a 3. He didn't cut too often in his career, best that I remember. So we move on to the second segment of round 8. 2 and a 5, 2 and a 5, and this is toe to toe, and this is Foreman going. The 1 is going to be a big number here. It's going to be 5. So Foreman banging away. The last onslaught of punches. Let's see what Ruddock does to counter that, and Ruddock gets off. Okay, so 17 is 3, which becomes 2. So Ruddock really laboring now as we proceed through the 8th round. A 1 and a 3. A 1 and a 3. Ruddock in control. A 51. A 51 on the outside is a miss. And Foreman cannot do anything about it because his D20 is a 10. A 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Foreman, 29 inside. A 29 inside. Good for 3. Getting him to 10 on the round. And we have a long time to go. We have 5 segments left to play out. 1 and a 1. 1 and a 1. Toe to toe. Foreman again. 25. 25 outside. We'll have a chin check. As you can see, it's a 7, and that's his power range. The 25 outside is good for 3 more, getting him to 13. He is 12 points away from the technical knockout, which is conceivable knowing how Foreman can punch in bunches. But we take a look at Ruddock on the inside. His 41 will only be worth 1 punch. It would normally be worth 2, but again, remember, he's fatigued. Now, let's look at the chin number on Ruddock. It's 1. It can't get any lower than that, so Ruddock down a second time. He's down a second time with 140 left in the 8th. Now, his chin KO number is 13 on the roll, and we look at the chin KO number. It's 7 on Ruddock, so he gets up. And he gets up, we'll say at the count of 3, and he takes the mandatory 8. Uncontested roll here for Foreman. Oh, if Ruddock had a roll, he would have had a home run punch. It's 86 outside, a miss. So we go back to both men getting the ability to fire, a 6 and a 5. Toe-to-toe exchange again. Foreman will go first. 14. Another power check coming. Another power check coming with the 14. 4 more punches landed. He's at 17 for the round. With 1 minute to go, he could get to technical knockout status, provided he doesn't knock him out beforehand. Power check coming for Ruddock. We'll do a chin check on him. The 5 on the inside, the 87. Oh, it's a clinch. It's a clinch. It's going to negate the big punches landed by Foreman. So Ruddock a little lucky. 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4. And it probably stops him from the TKO. 6 and a 4. 75 inside. Does not land, and no counter for Ruddock. Last segment of the, and by the way, I should note the knockout in the 8th round before I give you the results. So back-to-back knockouts in the 7th and the 8th, and we will go through the last segment now before we get to the 9th round, which looks like each fighter is going to make now. 4 and a 6. Outside 2 stars, no stars for Ruddock. 75. The 75 outside is a miss. Another big round for Foreman. And you got to wonder what's keeping Ruddock up. Like in the first fight we had for Foreman on BPBC or BPFN, we wondered what was keeping Mike Tyson up. So this was 13-3 in favor of the Mr. Foreman. George's stamina now down to 9 as we head to the 9th round. And this is going to be, with a 10-punch margin, another 10-8 round. So this is a no-brainer to score. Ruddock's going to need a knockout to win the fight now in either round 9 or round 10. Because Ruddock is just getting slaughtered. I won't tell you how far down he is, but like I said, he's going to need a knockout to win the fight. That's how far down he is. Or unless he catches a bushel full of knockdowns, like the fight that Barry McGuigan had in Las Vegas, where he was ahead on the cards and he lost around 10-6, and that turned the fortunes of the fight. There's a fellow named Cruz, but I can't remember his first name. It was a fight in Las Vegas, and McGuigan, being Irish, could not remember or could not adapt to the desert air conditions, or at least that's what I always thought. It was like a fight in like '86. It was back when they still had the 15 rounders. 15 round fights. I missed the 15 rounders, and the BPBC, when we have our championship fights, they're all gonna be 15. So don't you worry about that. Round 9, about ready to get started, and I will reset everything. Foreman will be in control if the exchanges are toe to toe. The first exchange, toe to toe exchange, until momentum shifts. 2 and a 5, a 2 and a 5 to start the 9th round. 2 and a 5, and that's toe to toe. Toe to toe, Foreman will go first. It's a clinch. It's a 93 outside. That's a clinch. Prevents Ruddock from getting off whatever he was going to get off. 6 and 6, and we have 42s across also. Foreman 42. 42 inside. Good for 2. And Ruddock did not have the stars to match. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4. It's Foreman again. 82 this time outside. That is a miss, and Ruddock did not have the D20 to counter. 4 and a 2. We have 2 minutes left in the 9th. 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2. It is outside. 2 stars outside. 1 star. Foreman's going to get off another shot here. 17. 4 punches landed. I keep wanting to call them points. I guess you could. Heavy shots, get home. 2 and a 3. 2 and a 3. And this is going to be toe to toe. Toe to toe, Foreman will go first. It's a 10 with the D20 of 10. Outside, that's 4 punches landed. The counter for Ruddock on the outside, 75, is a miss. So on we go. 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3 with 120 left to go in the round. It is Foreman going first again. A 79. A 79 outside is a miss. Ruddock, the 15 outside, is going to go for 3, but it gets cut to 2 because he is fatigued in the power number of 7, nowhere close to his fatigued power number. Okay, 3 and a 5, 3 and a 5. We're down to 1 minute left. Third to the last segment of round 9. This is another fight I didn't think would go this long. They're both on the inside. They both have 2 stars. And Ruddock goes first this time because I believe he got the last shot in. 3 and a 5, 3 and a 5. Okay, the 5 inside is 56. That's a miss. 3 is a 70. A 70 inside. That is also a miss. So both these guys getting a little inaccurate with their punches. 1 and 1, 1 and 1. It's going to be toe to toe. It's going to be Ruddock. Ruddock going first with the 90. The 90 on the inside is a miss. Foreman, a 47 on the inside. No, I'm sorry. He is on the outside. He's on the outside, but it lands. It's good for 2. He's up to 12. Last segment of round number 9. 2 and a 5. 2 and a 5. Toe to toe. And Foreman got the shot in for the last segment. He gets to go first this segment. It is a 3. A 3 is going to be a big shot. 5 punches landed, getting him to 17. And let's see here. 5, 44 inside is a miss. That's your round. Foreman's going to make it to the 10th round with not having hit the fatigue wall, I guess you could call it. It's 17-2. this round, and Foreman is just in no hurry to end this fight. Wants to get his work in. Okay, so a 15 punch margin. 15 punch margin, and I'm looking at the judges' numbers here. Yeah, this is, let's see here. Unanimous agreement, kind of like Molly Sugden and Are You Being Served? Foreman won the round, and I'm unanimous in this. Molly Sugden, of course, played Mrs. Slocum on Are You Being Served? So we go to the 10th round. Punch that numbers going into the 10th, 89-53 in favor of Foreman. This is kind of resembling the second fight Tyson and Ruddock had, where Tyson knocked him down early, but it was just slow go the rest of the way. And we are going to shrink the graphic a little bit, as you can see. Once I get it settled. Hang on, folks. Once again, it's good old technical difficulties. How about that? Okay, Foreman and Ruddock, round number 10. And you gotta wonder if Foreman will put Ruddock away, or will he just be content to win the fight via a decision? And it's starting to look that way. This is about a one-sided fight as the Holyfield Jake Kilrain fight we had for you a little earlier in the week. By the way, our next fight will also be in the heavyweight division. It's going to be a good one. Jack Dempsey against Max Schmeling. And then we're going to have Muhammad Ali against Sultan Ibragimov. Hope I'm saying that name right. I probably am not. So, on to the 10th round. And we also have some light heavyweight, middleweight, and welterweight fights for you as the weeks progress. And then we'll start the next wave of bouts. But enough of me babbling. Let's get you to the 10th round. We start with a 3 and a 6, and there's that home run number again. We'll see if it comes into play. 3 and a 6. It will not, because Foreman has control. And on the in control with the 35 inside, good for 2. And nothing else to score. 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4 to get us to the second segment of this, the 10th and final round. 3 and a 4, it's going to be an inside punch for Foreman, and the 50 is not going to be good enough. It's a miss. To the next segment, 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1. Outside for Foreman, he is in control. The 93 will be another clinch. 5 and a 6. They do know this is a boxing match, right? 5 and a 6. And the 5 is a 59 inside. It's another miss. But Ruddock will get a counter. And the counter will be a hook, which will be good for 1 because, again, he is fatigued. And Foreman somehow will go through the fight without being fatigued. 4 and a 5. 4 and a 5 is 2 stars, 2 stars, toe-to-toe exchange. Ruddock in control due to him landing the last punch. It's a 79 on the inside. 79 is a miss. Foreman, the 59, outside. It's going to be another miss. So, on we go. We have 4 segments left to go in the fight. 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. It's going to be Ruddock, outside, 67, another miss. 1 and a 6, 1 and a 6. Neither fighter in control, but Ruddock will fire the first shot. It's a 9. A 9 on the inside is going to be good for 3. Would normally be good for 4. And the counter for Foreman is a miss. Ruddock's got to think knockout in these next 2 segments. 6 and a 1, and that's not going to get it done. 6 and a 1. Foreman in control, a 66 inside, a miss. Last segment of the fight. 1 and a 3, 1 and a 3. And this is Ruddock with a 12 on the outside. But no good. No good. It's going to be 4 punches, which comes down to 3, getting him to 7. It's 7-2 for Ruddock, and this fight is over. So it's a 5. He actually won that round. 5 punches the difference. And the judges all see the fight the same way. Or so, well, they did see the fight the same way, but they also saw this round the same way. So we will have for you very, very shortly the judges' decisions as I play ring announcer in just one moment. I am tabulating the scores. And let me bring up my OBS, hitting the Windows key, showing you the score sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges see the fight the same way. Judge number 1 has it 97-91. Judge number 2 has it 98-90. Judge number 3 has the fight 98-90 also. For the winner and still undefeated in BPBC, Big George Foreman. And there it is, folks. It is Foreman going to 2-0 here in BPBC. He's probably looking at a big payday coming up in the near future. If he keeps winning, he's probably going to get Muhammad Ali or Jack Dempsey or somebody good. As I put my game pieces away. And I'll talk to you for a little bit. Let me show you the final numbers here while I'm doing that. And it was 91-60 on punches landed. So I'll be printing out this sheet for my records. Good fight. Very good fight. Thought it was going to wind up being shorter than it wound up being, but that's what happens in boxing sometimes, and that's what happens in Glory Day Boxing. Remember, these are fighters in the prime of their careers, so sometimes you would expect the knockout, and it doesn't happen. It shows you the parity of this game, and I think that's a good thing. You come in thinking the fights are going to go a short period of time. They don't. And like I said, everybody's fighting at their prime. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's fight here on Big Pauly's Fight Night. Don't know when we will be back, but our next fight will be Max Schmeling and Jack Dempsey. This has been Big Pauly coming to you as I put my toys away. Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again soon. I thank you for being with us these last hour and almost 13 minutes that this fight took. And we'll catch you again soon, and bye-bye for now, everybody.